witnessing something I've never, ever, ever seen before.
What's that?
What's that?
These two girls paying attention, taking notes, and writing stuff down.
All of our notes written in a messy scrawl, okay? Good, love that. Now, all we're gonna do is work out how to put them in alphabetical order. Okay? We don't have an A, so can you just put like a gap or something, a dash for where A would be?
Okay.
We don't have any A's on the pan, do we?
Okay, no. Okay, gotcha.
And then we have a B, and that gets us to the end.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we have two.
And then we have another C, right?
Yeah.
So this is the scale of this pan. So we don't hear it in pitch order because the numbers are all jumbled around. But if I was to play it on the piano, then it sounds like this. No A. We can use that to our advantage now by numbering them off underneath. So the first C sharp has a 1 underneath, please. D sharp has a 2. E has a 3, etc. F. And then at 6, just put it in brackets, right? Under the A is where we're putting our 6, but we don't have it. So for harmony, the A still exists, but you know, we can't play it. So
Yeah.
we're kind of working on 2 levels now. Chord 1, which is C sharp, okay? We know that that's what we're looking for. Chord 1 is our C sharp. To find chord 1, it's always 1, and then we miss 1 out. Any chord is built up by number, miss, number, miss, number. So in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we play the 1, we don't play the 2, that's not part of our chord.
1, 3, 5.
3, we don't play the 4, that's
And
not
you play
part
the
of our
5.
chord. We play the 5.
Like
Okay?
on a piano when you're
Yeah.
playing a chord.
So what are the notes? If you look and you use your key and you refer, we can just write it in underneath if we want. What are the notes that we're going to use in this chord? So we know it's number 1.
C
C
sharp,
sharp, G, and G sharp.
Yeah, go Sussman!
So in this chord, because on this pan we have 2 C sharps and 2 G sharps, can we use either
Mix it
one
up.
of those notes?
The answer is that's absolutely prohibited.
so now, if we've done this all right on our pan, we should have, just by quickly looking, a way to find all of our
visual
chord 1.
map.
We can, all of us can play any notes on that chord, any order,
And they'll all
pretty
sound
much in any
together.
rhythm, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be great. It's not going to be okay. It's going to be phenomenal. 1, 2, 3. Anything will work.
Oh, that's,
Right?
that's
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can literally sit on that chord for a whole jam.
Yeah, I'm sure we
Exactly.
could.
There's so much we can build it up from, one note
Yeah.
to,
Yeah,
there's all
yeah.
the things we can do to shape our jam, right? But let's imagine that we are even more adventurous, because we are.
This is so exciting.
Okay, so our chord 2, what are the numbers for our chord 2, please?
chord 2. See, this is where the
thinking comes in.
Yeah, this.
It's not thinking, it's just counting.
I have to get my
There's going to be a 2, a 4, and we don't have a 6. So you can just put your 6 in brackets or, whatever, to remind you that it's there. And this is something that's kind of useful as well if you get onto different types of playing. You may have an A on a different pan and think, oh, I'd actually quite like to fill out my 6th chord. So you might borrow an A off a different pan. But you don't have to, and we don't need to really worry about that at all.
So it's basically the D sharp and the F sharp
Yeah,
for
and again,
chord number 2.
Yeah, perfect. And there's going to be way fewer notes on that. Yeah, the trick with this is don't move through it too quickly. If you miss out any of the steps, it gets super confusing. You're just copying my work.
I
Right?
It's
So we're going to need a 3.
3, 5, and 7.
Perfect. Now, chord 3 in this scale is super nice. We like to use this one quite a lot. It's going to come up. It's in my good tier, of course. Let's move to 4, please.
Okay.
So our notes are F sharp, and then we have an A, but we don't have that, so just leave that little gap blank.
C sharp.
Yeah.
So this is really like number 2.
It's a lot like number 2, yeah.
Yeah.
You find these similarities, they come around and around and around. Right, so we know the first number is 5. So just count along.
And then 7.
Perfect. And then we have to double around on ourselves, don't we?
5, 7.
So we're going back to 1, or do we go to 2?
What do you think?
I would say 2.
Perfect, yeah. Doubling around to 2. And that's the way it works. When we get to 7, we just keep taking another, you know, like in like Snakes and Ladders or whatever, you go like around the edges.
And then
Okay, so what are our notes for this one?
G sharp, B, and D sharp.
Correct, and correct. And then draw in your circle and write in the notes as to where they lie on this pan. So we're not going to put a dot in the middle because there's no ding in this one. I think we should have one at 6 o'clock and one at 12 o'clock. One at like 1 o'clock, yeah, and one at 7 o'clock and one at 9. Remember that? Cool, alright, let's find those on your pan. We'll do 6, it's not going to be very fulfilling because we don't have the first note of that
An
chord.
A, yeah. Okay, so
Well, we'll just put, you can even just put the A at the start of it in brackets, you know. So we don't have a...
They, if they get out of line.
Oh!
so 6, 1, and 3. Is that what that ends up being?
Yep.
A in parentheses, C sharp, E.
Perfect. We're probably not going to play this chord a whole lot just because we don't have the A, right? So it will be hello with. And finally, it goes so well.
Chord 7.
Chord 7. Chord 7 is a good chord too.
7, 2, and 4.
Perfect.
And how did you figure that out so quick?
Because it's 1, 3,
So 7, and then we have to start
Okay,
back
so
at the
that
top.
makes sense. All right.
So we skip 1 because you skip a note. So it's 7, 2, skip a note, 4.
Okay.
It's like how you know when you play the piano, you don't play the 3 notes
Okay, so
consecutively. You skip a note
Skip
between.
them.
That's what we're doing. Like a chord on the piano, you have to skip that note between.
so this, I got that makes
Otherwise it
sense.
sounds
now.
mushy.
So you know, the reason why I love this style of notation is because it works in so many different levels, right? But you might be playing on a completely different pan with someone else, but it also has a C sharp, an E, and a G sharp on it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be in different places. But if you both know that, you can say, let's play C sharp,
Yeah.
E, and a G, and it's going to sound great together.
Yeah.
You yourself might not be on this pan that we've just worked it through, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come to a different pan at home. This stuff in the middle, those numbers, that is always the same. So as long as you write out your key at the top correctly and match up the numbers and the letters, which why wouldn't you? You're all geniuses. Then 1, 3, and 5 is always going to find you chord 1. It's going to find you on this pan, this pan, this pan, this pan. That is the same. So this key that you have here, you can take it and use it on any other pan.
Wow.
These drawings that we've drawn out and the numbers will work on any other Celtic with this layout. So even if it doesn't start on a C sharp, even if it starts on a B or an A or whatever, the thing that we've drawn out as to where to put your hands will ally with chord 1, chord 4, probably.
Okay.
Not always, everyone makes their bands differently. But that is all so much information that we have from this one piece of paper.
Yeah,
So-
that's a lot.
Even just knowing what letter names you're playing is amazing.
Yeah.
But knowing what I call the function, the functional harmony, is everything, right?
Yeah.